Hello, this is Cap Martin. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the next step in poker education, Grinder University. Many of you will be familiar with poker training sites such as PXF and Card Runners, and the approach there, of course, is that you subscribe, you pay a monthly fee, and content is put on that site by various people which you can access. Well, Grinder U takes a different approach. It's more like the model of things like University of Phoenix, online universities. The good part about it, though, is that there's no grading, from my point of view. And the idea is the following. Rather than subscribing to a site and taking what's given to you, you can buy individual courses at Grinder U. So find a topic that you're interested in, a form of poker or something else poker related, such as poker psychology, track that down and buy it, and you can avoid all the material that you're not interested in. So I've given the URL here to Grinder U. You need to there's a free registration that you need to sign up to so that you can access the courses and other information. But I strongly recommend that you have a look at this, and I will give you a little bit more information now about what actually goes on. So I was told by our marketing people that we need lots of colour and music and pizzazz and that sort of thing, because our natural demographic is much younger than me. So here's some colour, and hang on. Right, done and done. So what do you actually get in terms of these courses when you buy them? Well, it's kind of a multimedia approach. Those of you who have been in the university system may be familiar with things like Blackboard and online courses such as that. So we've got everything you need. There are video lectures, written lectures, links to other resources. In my course there's math, which of course isn't terribly popular, so that's optional. And again, in my course there are hand examples that we go through, all this kind of stuff. The really nice thing, I think, about Grinder U is that each course has a discussion area, and this makes the whole thing very interactive. Students can ask questions of the instructor and also of other students, and as a discussion area tends to suggest, a discussion can ensue. And in my experience as a former university professor, that is a far more effective way of learning material, getting better at it, figuring out what you don't know. Asking questions is the best way to learn. Alright, well, so who's on the faculty? Well, let me say that this project's very much in its infancy. In fact, as I'm recording this, we haven't yet launched, but this is the list of instructors so far, and you'll recognize many of these names. Chris Fox Wallace and Adam Hatfield 13 Stemple, they're both instructors at Poker X Factor, long-time pros who've got excellent reputations for coaching. We've also got Al Spath doing some No Limit Hold'em. Lou Krieger is a name familiar to many of you through his books. I think the first book I read on Limit Hold'em was written by Lou Krieger. Those of you who play Sit and Goes will recognize Beanmo and Mr. Paintball there. And another best-selling author is Al Schoonmaker, who's written quite a lot of stuff on the psychology of poker and how to approach the game, not only to use psychology to exploit opponents, but how to understand your personal psychology to avoid screwing up. And let me say, this list is going to grow, and if you are someone who feels that you have the expertise that you can share about poker with other people, get onto the site, have a look around. There is an instructor's video, a sort of an explanation of the software. If you feel like you'd like to contribute to Grinder U, then contact probably Chris Wallace at the site, or me. Alright, so let me tell you a little bit about the course that I have provided for Grinder U, and it is on the game that I love the most, Pot Limit Omaha 8. And Well, of course, you see again, this is exactly the sort of stuff that our marketing people hate because it's all words and all the rest of it. But this is what it looks like on the site, and you can get there. Again, I've given the URL here to get to that particular course. Once you've registered at Grindr, you can go straight there using this first link here. If you're already at Udemy, this is the hosting software, incidentally, Udemy. I think it stands for the Academy of You. Again, marketing isn't really my thing, but if you're already there, you can also see my course through the second URL. But do sign up at Grindr because it'll allow you to see more easily everything that we've got going on there. Okay, so what's my course about then? This introduction to PL08. Well, if you've never played PL08 before, I will tell you how to. In other words, we start from the very beginning. But I want to emphasize that this is a comprehensive course. The various topics I've again listed here. But we go through all the necessary skills basically for you to become not only competent, I would say proficient in PL08, and give you the weapons and the skills to beat both cash games and tournaments. Now again, I'm not meant to be using all these words, so let's try and put that into pictures. Alright, one of the most difficult things for anybody playing PL08, but particularly when you get started, is being able to simply read the board and assess your draws and things like that. So that will be one of the major topics that we kick off with. We'll also talk a bit about PL08 and Omaha 8 in general terminology. This picture isn't really relevant to anything other than I'm told that you can sell anything with kittens, particularly if you use funny spellings like they do at I Can Has Cheeseburger. It's not just a theory course, far from it. We put theory into practice, and for this reason there's a lot of hand examples, animations, and all that sort of thing, walking through hands, so that you can actually see the ideas in practice. Now, one of the things that I think is the most important part of the course is player profiling, and in particular how to identify fish. But if you're coming from a No Limit Hold'em background, you may often think that you found a fish because they do things like limp in pre-flop, which is a big no-no in No Limit Hold'em. But Pot Limit Omaha 8 is different, so sometimes you think you found a fish, and well, I mean, I guess it is a sort of a fish, but not all fish are created equal, alright? I'm told that this is a piranha, and again, it's good for this presentation because it's got lots of bright colours. And of course you have to know what are the real fish and what aren't, and play against them appropriately, and that's the topic here. One of the topics I cover. You don't want to screw up by bluffing calling stations, for example, and we go through an entire description of how to play different players. Tournaments are another feature. It's often said that you make most of your mistakes, or you make money in poker via your opponent's mistakes, so a large part of my course will be how to avoid mistakes. As the British say, you don't want to make a bunch of mistakes and end up looking like a nana. Alright, well, that might have made your head spin a bit. I wanted to give a relatively compact presentation here. So, as always, I wish you good luck. Thank you for your time in watching this video. Visit us at Grindr, and if you have any further questions, contact me through whatever medium you found this video. I guess if you track this down through one of the poker forums where I'm a member, send me a PM there. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can use the discussion section there to ask me questions, and similarly on Facebook. Alright, thanks again for watching. This is Cat Martin, and good luck at the tables.